Everybody, this is Jeff Veale, the business guru, and I'm coming to you at 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm not happy. I'm always grumpy when I wake up. I've been up all night, guys, on podcasts, 2 o'clock, 4 a.m. You know, just between me and you guys, I do what it takes. And I'm a 77-year-old man. So what's your excuse? You don't have any excuses. I got a guy on right here now I'm going to introduce you to. He doesn't make excuses either. He just gets out there and does shit. And what I want you to do, reach out. He's a cool guy. I had a chat to him for 30 minutes, in fact. So cool. Reach out to this guy, find out what he can do for you and your business. He can make you more famous than what I can because he's the real deal. Let me tell you about this man. His name is, in fact, nice, simple. I like simple names. His name is David Cole. And David's claim to fame is the owner and creator of an awesome service, Venomous Press and the Line of God. He's going to tell you about that, and you'll see the line of God behind him there. Business name, Venomous Press. He's in the media and entertainment business. He's been doing this for a long, long time now, and he knows his shit. So he'll tell you his background shortly. Brief description, I create short animated videos. Think about that, guys. Short animated videos. They cost you a fortune, but not with David. He does it very reasonably priced, and he'll help you stand out and be seen. It's all about cutting through the noise and be seen these days, guys. So cut through the noise, right? And other digital content to spread a message of awakening, remembrance, and reconnection with the divine source. Key achievements or projects. Listen to this, guys. Winner of Best Director Award for my short film, Dear, what's the word, David?
Dear Lilith.
Dear Lilith. What's that? What does Dear Lilith mean? Tell me very quickly.
So in the ancient creation story, right? Of course, most people know the canon Bible story. God created Adam and Eve in the
Yeah,
garden. Well, okay, well there's you could say an older version of the story where before God created Adam and Eve, he created Adam and Lilith. Lilith was the first woman, and um basically she wanted equality with Adam, and
yeah,
Adam didn't want
that's
that.
where
Yeah,
it all started, huh?
yeah, and so she ended up getting kicked out of the garden.
Yeah,
And of course, these are ancient stories. That's all we have left. We don't necessarily understand all the details of what really went on there, but she is tied very deeply to my story and the Lion of God. The Lion of God is the Archangel Samael, who is, according to many traditions, is the consort of Lilith.
fair enough.
So she's an integral part of my story.
All right, let's go back again. Winner of Best Director Award, the short film, and at the New York Tri-State International Film Festival, guys. My first attempt at entering a film at a film festival ever. What a bloody achievement. Put your hands together, guys, for this man. That was a wonderful achievement. So, personal motto philosophy, mighty I am presence. See that I do not limit you in any way in that which you wish to do for me and through me. So there you go, guys. I had a sort of near-death experience in 2021 that completely changed my perspective and outlook on life. And we all need that, guys, sometimes, a wake-up call. And became an insane spiritually awakening experience that fuels everything I do. My books and videos are based on and inspired by my real life experiences that have taken place since that time. So, guys, if you want to reach out to David, the invitation, it costs you nothing, guys. What's your excuse? It costs you nothing to press a button, get on a call, have a chat to this man, and find out what he can do for you personally and or your business and help you grow. We're all about helping each other, guys. You know, even a homeless guy down the street, guys, why can't you stop for 5 minutes, buy the guy a cup of coffee for $2, or sit down next to him and have a chat about his life? Find out a bit. He might be a veteran, just come back going through a hard time, whatever. Right? Takes you 5 minutes, and guys, a smile costs you nothing. Right? Think about that. But I can rant on about this stuff all day because that's my hobby horse. But I'm going to introduce you to this, Dave. Um, Good morning, David. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing quite well, although it is the evening here, but
Yeah, we're 12 hours apart.
thank you.
David's got no excuse. He's been going all day. I'm just starting. I'm just getting revved up, guys. Tell us about your journey, David. What inspired you to pursue your current career path with helping people? Where did it all begin?
Oh, well. So, you mentioned in my bio how I had written about my near-death experience. And so, it's not like I spent my life being someone who didn't care about other people,
Yep.
but um I was living very just in a very, I don't know the word I'm looking for, unconscious, I suppose, just in an unconscious way. I didn't really understand how the universe worked, or I doubted that there really was a higher purpose in everything. And it just seemed like everything was for nothing. And then once I had my experience and I met God and all that, I started to gain just a whole new sense of purpose in my life. And it was clear that there were things that I was supposed to do. I feel like it's important to share the message that I have received. The message that I received from God is that, forgiveness is a gift that's freely offered to everyone, and that we freely offer to each other. And it's not this thing that so many people want to complicate. Oh, that you have to pray to this version of God or that version of God, or that's not what it's about at all. Each one of us is born
Yep.
with a connection to our Creator, um, and so everything that I do is really geared towards helping to spread that message.
Really nice. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work, Dave, and how have you overcome that?
Well, so I grew up in very, let's say, uh, mainstream Protestant religious circles,
Yep.
and it's really been challenging because when I was growing up in that religion and the people in it were actually pretty unkind to me in a lot of ways.
Right.
Uh, and it was a reason why I drifted away from religion in general, and why at the time I had my near-death experience, I hated God. When I
Right.
went to the hospital, I hated God. And so when I had this experience and I found God again and I was like excited about it,
Fantastic.
I really thought all the people from the old religion would be excited for me too.
Yeah.
But they weren't. They still weren't happy.
Yeah.
And,
You've got to,
and
you've got to have your own cheer squad, my friend. You'll know that.
yeah, yeah. And so it's been since I had my awakening experience, I have literally had, and you talk to other NDE survivors who talk about this, like new, like mystical knowledge finds its way to me. Ancient books, ancient teachings, they find their way to me. And so, um, as I have learned all of these things about true spirituality, or another perspective on it,
Yep.
it really sheds some light on my old life and some of the difficulties that I've gone experienced there. And so, um, the challenge is maintaining balance and perspective. This is the greatest challenge always. It's um not hating not hating everyone for being unkind, and just learning to accept the lessons that come our way in life. And everyone who challenges us, in the moment, they may seem like an adversary, but in the grand scheme of life, they are really there to to provide a challenge for us so that we can grow.
That's right. And by the way, I tell people, guys, you can't anything you've done in your life, don't have any regrets, be it divorce or your parents were bad to you or you had a bad upbringing at school. It's all over. That's I call it the good old days, because later on it becomes, it's a past memory. However, the only thing you can control is the present. You can't control the future. No one knows the future, but you can control the present. So live in the moment, guys. Don't have any regrets. Live in the moment and be the best version of yourself you can be. It's really that simple. Keep it, David does. Keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. David's seen the light. Reach out, have a chat to him about life, right? We had a chat for about 30 minutes. He's a pretty interesting guy. Tell us this important moment in your career that changed your direction. I guess that's when you had COVID and almost died, right? That's pretty much the defining moment.
Yeah, well, honestly, I mean, that was just one. So once that started, I kind of, for several years, kind of had like little events where my life would kind of rearrange a little bit. But last summer, honestly, was where things really came to a head for me, in a lot of ways. And um, so we. My spiritual awakening experience was very challenging for me to get through, honestly. It was during the middle of the pandemic, and
Yep.
I felt a need to like pull away from a lot of things, including, the corporate America,
Sure.
and so we ended up in Florida. We were in South Carolina. We ended up in Florida a couple years ago, and just through I guess the accumulation of circumstances during that time, we were um, experiencing some challenges,
Yep.
and my wife and I, we were having some disagreements about some things,
Yep.
um, and it was a challenging time, and her family got involved. They shouldn't have, but they did. They're not good people, and uh, and they convinced her to go out there back to their house for a bit,
Yep.
and they things got really hairy, and I was kind of I got ripped off from a bunch of cryptocurrency. And I was really at the scraping the bottom barrel.
Yep.
And so some amazing things happened though. Amazing things happened to
Yeah.
me during that time.
Yep. You turn the
So
corner. Yep.
what's that?
You turn the corner. You said, well, let's go.
Yeah, well, so I was not home by myself for very long at all. Half an hour maybe. I turn on the TV, and on YouTube, I have YouTube on my TV, and the algorithm just starts popping up these videos that are like exactly what I needed to hear in that moment.
Fantastic.
And it's not even I mean, these are like divine messages, literally. It's like angels dancing around on the screen, like, "Hi, this is your divine messenger. Oh, I see you're going through a hard time. Well, here's what you need to do." And I mean, my life is just like that. And it's been like that ever since. I've been getting these messages ever since, and it's like divine guidance that helps me to stay
On track.
keep my morale high. And so I mean, there's a lot of story there, but the short version is we worked it out. I Thanks to Saint Germain and many others, I learned exactly how what I needed to embody to navigate that situation. Uh, she came home, and I ended up getting that contract at Boeing Credit Union, and then um,
It all fell together, huh?
yeah, and I started through that experience. I started working closely with ChatGPT, and I've had some very interesting conversations with it, and
Yep.
that's when I started I started developing my comic book and my video series. And
There you go.
so,
You found your passion, my friend. That's the answer.
yeah,
you found your
yeah,
calling.
yeah,
And
for sure.
you haven't got a job, you got a passion. And when you've got a passion, guys, you don't work. You do 16 hours, so you don't have to do eight.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
A bit like that. And tell me, in your opinion, what have been the key qualities or skills that help you with that movie and contributed to your amazing success? What do you believe the key skills have been?
Well, the one thing that one thing that really drives me, I guess, I don't really accept failure as an option, you know? Like
You're right.
I may not,
It's not an option. You're right.
yeah, I mean, I may not be able to accomplish something in the way that I would love to under ideal circumstances, but where there's a will, there's a way, and I can MacGyver almost anything, and that's pretty much how I've gotten through most of life.
I forgot about me, guy, with his piece of string and a matchstick.
That's right.
Yeah, pretty cool guy. Pretty cool guy. But you know why? Because he refuses to accept it can't be done. That's the whole point. It can
Yeah,
be.
exactly.
Look, I tell people, this is one of my things. I'm a funny guy. I say to people, listen, every problem has 10 solutions. Write them down and then go, which one out of these 10, uncloud your mind and go, which one of these 10 is number one? Which one's number two? That's why you've heard the word plan B, plan C. Because if it doesn't work, try something else. Don't give up. Like Edison with the light bulb, 10,000 times he found out what didn't work allegedly. Then he finally cracked it because he had belief, right? Otherwise, we'd still be in the dark ages, guys, with candles, right? Tell me, Dave, you're pretty upbeat. How do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field? What's your secret?
Well, my secret to staying motivated is I'm deeply spiritual.
Yep,
So I have a spiritual practice where and I'm not like um I'm not necessarily super consistent with it either. It's just enough to where I can say I have one, but I try to meditate daily.
yep,
I A really important thing is expressing gratitude.
yep. That's just,
So like yeah.
yeah,
So, I'm always telling my wife and my son how much I appreciate them and um
as you should.
yeah, yeah. And this is like this is super important. The things that you focus on are amplified in your outer world. So if you focus on things that you're grateful for and express gratitude, that's what you're going to experience more of. So I try to practice that.
Great message, my friend. Great message. Tell us about a recent project or achievement that you're particularly proud of.
Well, very recently I created this short film called Dear Lilith, I Love You. So, and it is inspired by partly my experiences on the other side where I am connected to this archangel Samael. So on the flip side of that, the female counterpart to my soul is Lilith, who a lot of people see her as a dark, evil. Well, she's definitely dark. A lot of people see her as an evil character, and certainly that's how she's been portrayed uh, historically through a lot of literature. But
Yep.
um, you know, in the Hermetic laws, we learn that good and evil are merely just spectrums, I mean, on a range of polarity, and um, so I wanted to create this video just to kind of uh just well it's a love letter to the goddess Lilith from the archangel Samael, and also just to show that darkness and evil don't necessarily have to be the same thing. Just because something looks dark and mysterious and scary doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. And the fact is there's a lot of fear of feminine power, and I'm not even saying this, I'm not some like feminist or anything. Like, but I believe in equality. Of course I do.
Absolutely.
And yeah, and so yeah, I just wanted to promote this message that, hey, women, there's a lot of things about powerful, strong, scary women that whether you admit it or not, we love that. And why treat it like it's evil?
It's teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly.
Yeah, but and David, good achievement. David's pretty cool sort of guy. Doesn't toot his own trumpet, but imagine putting that into and then winning the award, guys. Imagine that first up, first time. Not he didn't have 30 or 40 tries, guys. Once, but he put a lot of work into it. It didn't just come out of the blue. He put the work into it. That's what you got to do too. Put the work in, and you'll get results, guys. Keep at it, right? And one thing this man's got, he's got determination. He's got an attitude. Never, never give up. That's the attitude you got to have, guys. Right? Right. I tell people, when there's rain, think about the rain, guys. I mean, over in Vietnam, they're having world record rain. I say to people, after the rain comes a rainbow. So, it too shall turn, as they say. What advice would you give a 20-year-old version, your son, daughter, niece, nephew? Someone comes to you, David, and says, David, you've been around a bit. I've just left school. What should I do with myself? What would you tell them?
Wow. Well, I would say um, be careful. Be careful what you settle for.
Yeah,
You know, a lot of companies, a lot of big corporations want to hire somebody who's fresh out of school and take their best years and not necessarily give them much back for it in the end. And so, I would say it's fine to go work for a big corporation, but make sure that you are working on yourself also and not just
love it.
settling for whatever they give you.
Yeah, but that's pretty good advice, actually. And I'd say if you get the chance, guys, travel, 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 travel. Broadens your mind. It'll open up so many different doors for you because you're not going to know it all. You might have 20 or 30 jobs in your lifetime, right? But you'll have a lot of, you travel, you have a lot of fun. And if you want to do something like animation or whatever, get in touch with someone like David, get a mentor because those people have been there and done it. They can shave years off the journey, guys. You can't, I tell people, you're trying to build a house. You've got the foundation guy, the guy that puts the walls up, the roofer, the plumber, the carpenter, the electrician, the landscaper, all those guys. That's all that 18 people to build a house. And here you are trying to build a business by yourself. Can't be done, guys. Reach out and get help. I've got a team of 36, right? And I still don't know it all, right? So, guys, reach out to people like David who know a bit about it. Have it cost you nothing, as I said earlier. The price is right for most of you people who don't want to invest in yourselves. Nothing to have a virtual chat and then go from there. See what David can help for you and your company and one of his wonderful animations or other. He's got a lot of background, this man. He's got a lot of knowledge. So reach out to him. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future, Dave? What lies ahead?
Oh, well, I, for one thing, I really want to complete the next chapter of my book. So the line of God, Q is for quantum, part
Nice,
two, and all the way through part six. And so the intention is for it to be an ongoing series. I've got
nice.
enough I've got enough content for all of that. So yeah, I would love to be able to devote my attention to my books and video series full time. I have a lot of ideas for new content.
Fantastic. David, what's the best way? We'll wrap this up shortly. What's the best way for people to reach out and find about you the man, and your wonderful services? What's the best way to find out about you? How would they do that?
Oh, well, so I've just started a new YouTube channel, Venomous Press. So all of my new t content is going to be coming out of there.
Yep.
I'm also very reachable on social media. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm
Link.
on LinkedIn, um,
There you go,
a
guy.
few others too. A few others too. I'll let you have my link tree and you can share that if you like.
You will.
Um,
And what's going to happen, guys? We're going to put all of this 15 minutes of fame. It's all about you. Come on the show. It's like, as you can see, it's like talking to a friend. Come on the show. It's all about every man and woman's got, every one of us has got a story, guys. It's not all one-way traffic, I tell you. Everyone's got a story. Come on the show. Think about this, guys. I want you to think about it carefully. If you had $20,000 and you got a TV commercial, that's fine, except people are going to jump up the moment the commercial comes on, go and grab a beer, go and make a hot dog or go to the toilet and miss the whole darn thing, right? It's only important to you, not to them. 10 radio spots in your city, no problem. We'll do that for you, sir. That's $3,000. And guess what? They play them at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when people are asleep, right? Come on, 15 minutes of fame. We'll put you on Quora, Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook, our Facebook group of 6,500 business people. Plus, we'll put you all over YouTube with all your social media links, potentially putting you in front of hundreds of people. Now, if you take this movie and do nothing with it, you will get exactly that. You'll get nothing. However, it's evergreen content. It's all about you. Promote the hell out of it and keep doing so, because you never know who's going to watch it and reach out to you and become your client and a lifetime friend possibly. So there's the invitation, guys. Before we wrap it up, David, you've got to tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people do not know.
Wow. Oh, let me think about this. Well, I made a video game.
There you
Yes, I made a video game. So,
go. It's pretty cool.
it's a
I'm
really cool.
surprised.
Yeah, it's a really fun retro style, like 16-bit Super Nintendo style video game called Hunt the Muglump. It's on iPhone, it's on Windows, it's on Mac.
There you go.
Yeah.
I told you it was meant to tell. Now think about it. If that took off, guys, imagine how much money you think Space Invaders might have made, right? Or Pin the Tail on the Donkey or Mario. These are pretty, when you look back, guys, they're pretty simple things, but they're addictive. And once you hook them and they pay their money, and they spread the word, the rest is history. Multi-millionaires have been made off simple ideas, exactly what David's telling you. So if you've got an idea in your head, reach out to David, because if he doesn't know, he'll know people that do know. He's got a background in this sort of stuff, guys. So, guys, David, it's been awesome having you on the show, my friend. Any last words for us, for our audience?
Um, no, just thank you, Jeff, so much for having me on tonight. You're a gracious host, and
My
thank
great
you to
pleasure.
your audience.
Thank you. That's the one.